Excellence in action. This is the Southern Illinois University Edwardsville School of Nursing's motto, and it is evident in every aspect of the school with a rich history dating back to 1963. It all began when the SIU Department of Nursing moved to East St. Louis and became the SIUE School of Nursing.
I was mid-program when they moved the program up here, and there was some fear and trepidation, and certainly as I look back at the housing accommodations, that may not have been the best, but it certainly was interesting. So we lived at a place called Beulah Residence on 9th Street in East St. Louis, and it was run by the Salvation Army, an experience of a lifetime. At the time we were here, there was nothing at Edwardsville but cornfields, and then eventually the University Center was built, and then we did have classes at Rock Junior High in East St. Louis, right across the street, and in Alton, when it was not yet Lewis and Clark there. So
the classrooms were certainly not the technological wonders that they are nowadays. Clinical experiences were in 2 hospitals in East St. Louis, which were fairly good-sized hospitals at that time. And we did public health there. We had psych at the Alton State Hospital, and we did a lot of our medical surgical clinicals at John Cochran Veterans Hospital in St. Louis.
The first class graduated from SIUE in 1966, and in 1968, all classes were relocated to the Edwardsville campus. The next several years were a time of rapid growth on what was then a commuter campus.
I had a good time when I was here. The classroom, we had a lot of classes in the Peck building at the time, and of course the science building was much different then, especially in 1978, but then we were also in the School of Nursing where it still is currently. The clinicals I remember so much because we always carpooled together and went to St. Louis, like Mercy Hospital, then it was St. John's. We also traveled to Christian Northeast. We traveled to Scott Air Force Base for some of our pediatric clinicals. But it was really the relationships that I had with my fellow classmates. And what's interesting is some of us have stayed in touch today.
Throughout the next decades, the school stayed constant in its commitment to strong clinical opportunities, devoted faculty, and the development of nursing leaders.
So I started here, I got my baccalaureate degree, and I began working at St. Mary's Hospital in East St. Louis. I was one of the few baccalaureate prepared nurses at that time. So for me, it prepared me because I worked as a charge nurse, I worked on a telemetry floor, and the knowledge that I acquired here afforded me the opportunity to work in that high stressful environment.
There's a lot of memories being a nursing student. I remember my first clinical experience in a nursing home environment, and that will forever be in my memory. From that experience, to the last experience that I had, that you're sad that you're leaving the School of Nursing, you're going out on your own and having your own experiences.
The instructors that were put in place at the time that I was here, they not only prepare you on the didactic level, it was a clinical experience, and the way that they structured their rotations through multiple hospitals, which is not easy. I think if they wanted to take the easy way out, they just put you in a big university hospital and everybody does their stuff and they're done. That clinical experience has helped me in more ways that I think I can describe.
Through these years, the role of nurses in the healthcare setting has evolved tremendously. Today's nurses are more respected and involved in patient care delivery than ever before.
The nursing profession overall has changed dramatically through the years. The autonomy that we now have is growing by leaps and bounds. I notice it more now as a nurse practitioner and the responsibilities I have and working alongside a physician. We're just gaining more and more trust in the community. We're gaining more and more responsibility and autonomy to be able to do what we need to do to appropriately care for patients.
It's really changed from that idea that your only role is the caregiver role. It's changed to you're still providing care, but you're also helping people care for themselves. You're helping them care for their understanding. So the idea of care, I think, has changed in many respects. There's far more emphasis on providing data for the decisions that you make to make sure it's a research-based practice.
We have learned to work better as a team with physicians, all the other members of the healthcare team. I think we're now better than in the past. We work together as a big team for the best outcome of the patient.
The graduate degrees, the doctoral, those advancements in education, and the ability to do the simulations using the technology and to do the online courses, all of that has certainly changed how people learn to be nurses. I think what hasn't changed, and which I hope never changes, if you ask young women and men who are going into nursing, or people who are going into nursing as a second career, why do you want to be a nurse? The stock answer is, I want to take care of people. And I hope that's still the answer you get.
The School of Nursing has kept pace with the healthcare evolution by embracing technology, developing programs and partnerships to increase the number of baccalaureate-prepared and advanced degree nurses, and leading healthcare research and policy.
I think the partnerships are extremely important because our students need to continue their education, and I think what's important is with the School of Nursing here at SIUE, they are very open-minded, flexible, willing to partner and to work together. And I think it's imperative, especially with our community colleges and universities, to really work together. Some students can't start at the university, but yet we want them to continue their education. So it's really important that we have that strong alliance so students can seamlessly continue their education without any barriers.
The School of Nursing is definitely changing constantly, which is very important because as the population grows older, the healthcare population becomes more diverse, healthcare needs become more complex, and we also need to evolve in order to meet the needs of our consumers who expect for us to produce students that are able to provide safe and effective patient care.
There have been some extraordinary deans here and other nursing leaders at SIUE School of Nursing, but the school has grown in both depth and breadth. The school is recognized as being a good school of nursing, both at the undergraduate and the graduate level, and the doctoral level I'm including in that. It has broadened its horizons, and I think if there is a school that is not entrapped by traditions of forever, that could do something new and different for the practice of nursing and preparing practitioners, this is it.
Recognizing the importance of cultural competency in healthcare, the school set about to increase the number of minority nurses in the field. The Student Nurse Achievement Program, or SNAP, is one such initiative.
Well, SNAP has definitely assisted with diversity in the School of Nursing and the university in general. These students may not have ordinarily come to SIUE, or they may not have ordinarily been admitted to the nursing program without SNAP. SNAP has study tables, we have tutors, we have mentors, and these mentors are faculty members and students that are actually in the nursing program. So these students kind of help these incoming freshmen get acclimated to the university as well as the nursing program.
SNAP has filled in every possible crack where I could have fallen through, different socioeconomic backgrounds, age, space, and time since I've been in school, having a family, different resources, even the stipends and scholarships that come with it have really afforded me this opportunity to be here, continue here, and now complete this program.
The school's focus on excellence and forward thinking positioned it for the tremendous growth and success of today, thanks in large part to the faculty's dedication to students, which is part of the school's tradition.
We started laying the groundwork in 2004. There was a new curriculum. It was an elegant curriculum. Faculty were excited about this curriculum. They were excited about going back to school and getting their doctorate, and most of those faculty are here. The younger faculty who have been hired since then are really part of this culture of advancing the School of Nursing forward.
The peers and colleagues I have now are just tremendous. I never would have imagined that I would be teaching side by side with individuals that have had international and national impact. That's amazing.
That expertise, that motivation, that attitude to let's try something new, let's work on this, let's make this more marketable, which is true of nurses, has really helped the School of Nursing as a whole. And that attitude to move forward has broadened as the time during the time that I've been here, and it's actually quite an exciting place to work now.
I know that the graduates of the school are looked upon favorably by healthcare providers in the region. Having been in a role in which I was a hiring manager, and not because I was biased, having graduated from the school, but because I could clearly define and clearly say that the nurses that were coming out of SIUE's program were top-notch, and I looked for them any chance that I got.
I mean, we have really become embedded in the community through our work as nurses, really. It's been tremendous, and the community has welcomed us with open arms. It's been wonderful.
The students are special to me because as they go through the School of Nursing, they become my children, just like they are their parents' children, and we form bonds. And I've been to convocations before where the tears have flown just because those are my kids up there, just like they are their mom and dad. So you form a parent-like bond.
They've just been always interested. The students are motivated to learn. I've never had a class I really couldn't relate to.
I think it's great because the school, it's big enough where you're going to get a bunch of experiences, but also small enough that the teachers are going to know you personally, they're going to know your name, you're not just a number, and that's always helpful.
I feel that all of my professors know what they're doing. They are leaders, and they have taught us and inspired us to become the best nurses. It's a place where we get inspired. It's a place where we can achieve our dreams.
From alumni spanning 50-plus years, to former and current faculty, to students of today, the close bonds created something even greater than a sense of community.
I'm very thankful to the SIUE School of Nursing. Oh my goodness. I love nursing. I don't know what I would have done outside of nursing. So I'm very thankful to the School of Nursing because it gave me my beginnings, probably my ends too. I'll eventually retire. So it means everything. I mean, the School of Nursing, it's my family.
I feel that SIU is my home.
I feel a sense of like family whenever I think of SIUE.
Well, to me, the School of Nursing is almost like my other home.
Devotion to the School of Nursing translated into a wonderfully successful campaign last year when donors gave more than $135,000 to establish 8 endowed scholarship funds. As endowed scholarships that will exist in perpetuity, donors have empowered students of the future.
You know, we started the idea of service with the students, and to me, supporting the efforts is just an extension of that service. You know, to me, service is providing assistance to people, and so then if you extend that to providing monetary support for scholarships, that's also providing part of that service.
Neither of my parents went to college. I thought one way to honor my parents was to endow a scholarship in their name. And it's endowed for students of need. It is not, obviously they have to be students in good standing, but it is not for the top 10. It's for any type of student who really needs to have financial support while they go to school, as long as they're in good standing.
My biggest inspiration for continuing to remain involved in the school in some way, in many ways, is that I dearly, truly love the students. We have the most wonderful students. They are very dedicated young people. They truly have in their hearts a sense of caring, and they really embark on a very challenging journey to bring the very best care and the very state-of-the-art care to patients. And this world is changing, and healthcare is changing. And our students are becoming the leaders who are changing it.
Without the people put into my life at the School of Nursing, I wouldn't be where I am today. The people that I've met, the relationships, the education, that wouldn't be here. So at some point, it's nice to pay it forward, give some back.
The path of excellence has positioned the School of Nursing to be a premier nursing school with a future even brighter than its past.
The role for the School of Nursing for years to come is going to continue to be a major contributor to the workforce for the region.
And they think the sky's the limit. I really feel like that, again, nursing offers a lot of answers to some of the problems in healthcare that we see, and especially in my case, again, being in the nurse anesthesia program director and being involved a lot in the graduate programs of our school, I think nurse practitioners, nurse anesthetists, all kind of have a wonderful niche in healthcare in order to provide access to the patients who need this care.
No matter what the current healthcare problems, no matter whether or not a nurse is in any particular specialization, we will always need nurses. And nurses from SIUE will always be great.